8 to 15% yield on chain, while tokenized government bonds pay 4 to 5. That number is real. It is also not free money. I'm Rachel from ChainSense. In the next 5 minutes, what tokenized private credit actually is, where that yield really comes from, and who is allowed anywhere near the best of it. I have watched a lot of people see a big number and stop reading right there. So today, we read the rest of the page. Because in private credit, the yield is not the story. The risk you are paid to take is the story. So, what are you actually buying? Not a government bond this time. Tokenized private credit is real-world business lending, moved on-chain. Somewhere off-chain, a real company borrows money. A trade financier, a fintech, a smaller business that the banks find too slow or too small. A protocol pools lenders' capital, makes that loan, and issues you a token that represents your slice of it. The names you will run into here are Maple and Centrifuge. When the borrower pays interest, that yield flows through to your token. So far it sounds like the Treasury story, just with a bigger number. But notice the swap that just happened, because it is everything. With a tokenized Treasury, you are lending to the United States government. Here, you are lending to a private business you have never met. The yield went up because the borrower got riskier. That is not a coincidence, and it is not a trick. It is the entire mechanism. Higher yield is the price of lower certainty. So let us open up that 8 to 15%. It is not a gift from crypto. It is the market pricing 3 very real risks, and you are being paid to carry all 3. First, default. A government almost never fails to pay you back. A private borrower absolutely can, and if they do, that yield turns into a loss. Second, illiquidity. With many of these products, your money is committed for a fixed term. You cannot simply press withdraw the moment you get nervous. The exit can be slow or shut exactly when you want it most. Third, opacity. A treasury bill is about as transparent as finance gets. A pool of private business loans is far harder to see into. You are often trusting the protocol's underwriting more than you can verify it yourself. Default, lockup, and limited visibility. Strip those 3 away and the yield would not be 8 to 15%. It would be 4. So when someone shows you only the number, they are showing you the reward and quietly hiding the invoice. Both are always in the room together. The number on the poster is only ever half the deal. Now, to be fair, and I always try to be, there is a genuine improvement here, and it is honesty. In old-school private credit, you handed your money to a fund and saw almost nothing. On-chain, you can often see more. Which loans, what terms, how the pool is performing, recorded out in the open. That is real, and it matters. It is a real step forward from the black box that traditional private credit used to be. But do not mistake more visibility for less risk. The borrower can still default whether or not you watched it happen. And here is the familiar catch to close on. The richest, most attractive private credit deals are, once again, fenced off for accredited investors. The pattern from this whole cluster holds. The higher the yield, the higher the wall around it. So if you ever do get access, treat that 8 to 15% as exactly what it is. A wage for risk, not a reward for being clever. So before that big number hypnotizes you, ask who the borrower really is. Ask how and when you can actually get your money back out. And remember that every extra percent above a treasury is a risk that someone is paying you to hold. This is education, not financial advice. Your situation is yours to weigh. Private credit yield isn't free money, it's paid risk. Subscribe to ChainSense. I'm Rachel. See you in the next one.